Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rime of the Frostmaiden. This is a brand new Patreon campaign brought to you by all of these lovely people that you see here on the screen. Shout out to all of our Patreons. Because of our Patreons, everything that we do here is possible. If you want to find out more information about what you can get for being a Patreon, you can use !Patreon in the chat. We also have a YouTube. You can find all of our episodes for this campaign and of our other campaigns over on our YouTube, !YouTube for that. And we also want to do a shout out to Epidemic Sound, royalty-free music at epidemicsound.com. We are also featuring the Kevin MacLeod soundtracks found at incompetech.com. If you would like to interact with the game, there are a few ways you can do so. You can use !Fate to get information about how to give a blessing, which is an advantage die or reroll to the player of your choice. Or if you want to add an element of fate to the narrative, every $10 guarantees a draw from the deck of many things to the player of your choice. And we have already started off with a draw for every single player. I'm very excited for all of us to have a very spicy introduction to this game. So before we do that, I would like to, for the very first time, introduce everyone here at the table. Please tell me who you are, where we can find you, and tell me a little bit about your character. You don't have to get too much into detail. We will definitely explore it in character. But let's start off with Melly.
Hello, I'm MellyVT, or @AmeliaKid on Twitter. I did do a bunch of streaming, currently don't, but I'm planning on getting into more TTRPG streams. My character is Emmeline, who is a old, hardened ranger from the Icewind Dale, and she's widowed, lives on her own in a hut, and is probably the only one who's like survival oriented here, so this is gonna be great.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We'll hop on over to Schroeder.
Hey everyone, I'm Schroeder or Matt, both are fine. Today I will be playing Lyrnus. They are a hedge knight fighter that have sort of traveled all around Faerun and have found themselves in Icewind Dale. This is one of my first TTRPG experiences ever, and it's in front of an audience, so I'm a little nervous, but I can't wait to play with all these wonderful people.
Excellent. Thank you. We'll hop on over to GeekDice.
Hey folks, I'm Sean, or GeekDice, and you can find me here now every Wednesday on Stella's channel. I'm not on the socials. Today I am playing Aeolus. Aeolus is a Kalashtar, a sorcerer cleric. He is a far traveler of many distant realms, and he found himself here trying to rebuild some knowledge and history of his family's past and what they've done. He is kind of a unique role. He serves as a psychopomp, which is a messenger and courier of the dead, helping those who are departing find their destiny.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We'll hop over to Apollyon.
Hi, everybody. I'm James Apollyon, whatever you want to call me. I'm trying to set up a stream as well to start streaming my own games that I DM. Tonight, though, I am playing Kolskeg the Barbarian from the Reghead tribes out in the wastes of Icewind Dale. Should be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to play here on the stream with everybody.
Excellent. Thank you. Next, we've got Vertigo.
Hey everyone, I'm Vertigo. Today I'm going to be playing as Clay, a happy little Harangon adventurer who just wants to go around and help anyone, no matter how small the problem.
Excellent. Thank you. And last but not least, it's Zombie.
Hello, I'm Jacob. I'm Zombie IMZ, and whatever your name would you like to call me, I'm the lore keeper and Captain Z of the Good Ship Clip. Probably do too many clips, but that's up to your own discretion. Today I play Bam Nash, who is a wizard boy. I almost went into my spiel about Finn because I'm so used to doing that. But he's a wizard boy, very tall orc boy, and he has been going around. He's a lover of history and lore. So he loves to explore different tombs and different passages. He loves learning all kinds of different languages. He even made himself, and circumstances be what it is, made himself a secret code for himself, so that different things he can research, different things that he was looking up, he would only understand in case anything were to ever happen to him. So that'll be really fun to kind of explore. But yeah, as GeekDice said, you can also see me on Wednesday here as well. You can follow me on Twitter at ZombieFighter89. If you go there, there's a pinned tweet made by the lovely Lady May, who everyone should go and support and all of that, for a business card. I do video editing, audio editing, Twitch clipping. If that's something you or someone you know would like to have, I'm available. I have rates, all of that fun jazz. And I'm going to throw this link in the chat because I'm wizard. I gotta can't get shirt. There we go. Gotta get the wizard shirt up. Go support Dungeon Dame. I put the link in there if you want your own very own wizard shirt. They're available. I believe a couple of the classes aren't up yet, but a good chunk of them are. Get yourself an awesome shirt.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you also to Godfather Wraith and Adam for the cards draws that we have. All right.
Why?
Everyone has 1. Zombie and V have 4.
What?
Wait, how did this happen?
Why?
Adam, that's how it happened.
Why?
I'd like to
Thank
request
you.
that I pick all of zombies and zombie picks all of mine.
No, it's gonna be too confusing. So
no,
what we're
I'm not
gonna
doing
do
this.
here is we're gonna go around so it's fair for everyone, and then we'll go ahead and grill into it. So welcome to the Deck of Many Things draw. It's a very easy game. All you have to do is tell me when to stop. However, there is a rule. Please don't make me shuffle a lot because I suck. And also, we've got a lot of cards to draw. So, Melly, for the first time, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
And just to let everyone know, I do have custom rules for my Deck of Many Things, and they have been modified so that they're more appropriate for stream. So, for example, Don John is not going to make you sit out the entire session. But we'll hop on over to Learness. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Aeolus.
Stop.
Okay. Kolskeg. Okay. Clay.
Stop.
Okay. Bam.
Stop.
Okay. Hold on, let me write these down before I get them mixed up. Wow.
I heard your voice raise, and I'm not comfortable with that.
There's actually a lot of really
Being
good
on my
cards on my
chest.
desk right now.
Too much interesting has happened.
Yeah, a lot of interesting things happened already, and we haven't even started the game. Okay, Clay.
Now,
Okay, Bam.
I suppose now.
Clay.
now,
Bam.
Now.
Clay. Bam.
Now.
There's a lot more red on my desk now.
No.
no. But it's all for Bam, so.
No.
Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and get started now. I'm gonna pull up the map of Icewind Dale. Icewind Dale has become trapped in a perpetual winter. Ferocious blizzards make the mountain pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous, and this land has not felt the warmth of the sun for over 2 years. In fact, the sun is no longer above the mountains, not even what would be the height of summer. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as king and queen. Most Dale residents blame Aeolus the Frostmaiden, the god of winter's wrath. The shimmering aurora that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doing, a potent spell that keeps the sun at bay. Dale folk live in a scattering of settlements known as 10 towns. The drop-off in caravans coming in from the south and travel between settlements in this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frostmaiden with sacrifices of one kind or another, no respite from the winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers such as yourself, 10 Towns is a place to test one's mettle and, in the spirit of the heroes that came before, leave one's mark on this frigid, blighted land. We will open our game today in Bremen. Founded by dwarf prospectors, the sleepy town of Bremen sits on the west bank of Mare Dualden, at the mouth of the Shangarn River. Bremen's harbor has frozen, requiring local fishers to haul their boats across the ice to put them in the lake. Visitors who lack a boat can reach Bremen only by crossing the river, which has mostly frozen over. Targos, Tourmaline, and Lonelywood are all visible from the docks on clearer days. If Arl's everlasting winter has one benefit, it's that the hardy folk of Bremen are spared the seasonal floods that normally threaten the town in early summer. That's not to say that the long nights, frigid air, and howling blizzards provide any comfort. They don't. Twice in the past 2 months, residents of Bremen have had to mount search parties for their townspeaker and oldest living resident, Dorbalgruff's Shale Scar, and twice they found him wandering on the frozen shores of the Shangarn in heavy furs, with no memory of how he got there. Dorbalgruff, old even by dwarf standards, isn't long for this world. Many locals fear the same is true of the town itself, if Arl's brutal winter does not abate. We will open today's session inside of a tavern. We are here in Bremen. Can you tell me what it looks like when your character is here having a little bit of a meager breakfast? Describe to me what they look like. We'll start with Emmeline.
Emmeline is a fairly old-looking woman. She's a half-elf, and she's kind of hunched over her breakfast, I guess, at this point. Just in a corner of the tavern, eating away at porridge. She has dusty brown hair, like grey speckled all the way through it. And she's covered in furs and like anything to try and keep the cold off. And yeah, she mostly keeps to herself.
Excellent. What is Emmeline having for breakfast?
Porridge.
Yes.
She's
Bremen.
having the most.
Go ahead.
She's having the most boring thing imaginable here. She's just plain.
So for Rime of the Frostmaiden, each of the 10 towns have a system called a snowflake rating. And this is something a bit of a meta thing, it's not in character. But they more or less encapsulate the vibe of each of the 10 towns. There is long history with each settlement. And for Bremen in particular, it has 3 stars friendliness, 1 star services, and 2 stars comfort, which means there are not very many resources here at all. The spirits, at least, are more or less forthcoming and welcoming as much as one can be in a place like this. So, your porridge has been made with love, but it's nothing special.
Probably water.
Yeah, mostly water. There's a lot of snow here. As the camera slowly slides away from Emmeline, we see Learnus in another part of the tavern. What do you look like?
So Learnus is a relatively tall half-elf, 6'2" or so. Long auburn hair pulled back into a ponytail, green eyes, scar across their face. They would be sort of leaned up against the wall, sword and shield propped up beside them. They would like one leg against it, and they are someone who travels around a lot or is used to doing so, eats very light, so they'd probably just be eating some cheese or bread, something very ration-like.
Excellent. And the camera slowly slides away to Aeolus. What do you look like?
Yeah, when you see Aeolus, you see somebody with extremely pale skin, very light hair, maybe gray, maybe almost white. He's in his early 30s, and he's as thin as a rail, but gregarious and friendly. He doesn't have a lot on his plate, but he walks around the people that he knows, or maybe people that he's getting to know. And what he has on his plate is a collection. And as he comes up to Emmeline, it's like, hey, I got a few things here. Maybe we can trade. I got some really interesting things. That looks like some fruit. Maybe you can trade. Give me a little bit of what you got, and then you can take something that you like from my plate. It's all fresh. I'm making my way around.
That's rather kind of you. Thank you, I guess. Sure. She starts like she sidles over and is just like just quite taken aback. Like, kindness isn't uncommon here, but like quite taken aback that somebody is actually coming up and approaching her for it. It's like, sure, and just would
Anything you like.
Sure. I have money if you need, but yeah.
Just put a scoop onto my plate of your whatever that is. What do you call that?
It's called porridge.
It smells good. I don't know if I've ever had that.
I wouldn't say it smells good, but yes. Sure. And she goes ahead and does that.
Yeah, with a little bit of a schlop, you have acquired a scoop of porridge.
So Aeolus continues his journey around the tavern, and this is a daily thing. He's not accustomed to the variety. Granted, some of the locals might think that there's not many options, but Aeolus is determined to try every option. So he's always trying to trade little bits of food. Food is a currency to him. So he's on his way down the room.
Excellent. Aeolus, you pass by Kolskeg. Kolskeg, what do you look like?
So Kolskeg, he is a large individual. He has ears that come to a point. The sides of his head are shaved. He has his hair pulled back. There are several kind of tattoos across his face, any exposed part of his arms. He wears these heavy furs. Beneath them, kind of mixed in, is chunks of armor, scale. On his back sits this massive axe. And he kind of looks through the room with these brilliant, like almost ice blue eyes. And as he's scanning, he sees Learnus as they kind of lean against the wall, inspecting everyone. And his eyes catch Aeolus as he kind of walks up to Emily. And he cranes his neck looking, and a smile appears on his face. He eagerly recognizes the woman across the room and waves happily a little bit before beginning to make his way, kind of dipping between the tables. He kind of pulls up a chair and sits down. Yeah, I think I know. We know one another. Yeah? I think
You're
I
looking-
remember you.
You're looking rather different.
Yeah, he is ghostly pale. There's these deep black kind of circles set around his eyes.
Are you
The
okay?
color in his body faded, and he kind of looks. I don't know.
As you
Look-
say that, and there's this moment in the air that kind of weighs heavily, the camera will slide slowly away from you two and onto Clay. Where are you in this tavern? You can see that there are barely any people in here. There's essentially a dwarven woman, all of you, and the tender, and that's it. But where are you, Clay?
Clay is moving all around, all over the place. You see him carrying around a little tray above his head. The other day, he had seen a help wanted sign for a single shift in the morning. So for the day, he's been running around serving all the tables. It might not be a lot, but he still acts like the place is super busy. Clay is a very short Harangan adventurer who only comes up to about eye level with the tables. So you see the tray more before you see him.
Okay, I love that. So, Clay, you would know this individual, this dwarven woman here. She has been coming here for a couple of days, and I think she's been here for most of the day today. So some of these other strangers that have wandered in, you're unfamiliar with them, but you know, Lynn Trollbane. This woman is a retired bounty hunter, and we can see that she has a wicked scar down her face, and she has on armor that bears many scars and dents and rends in it, betraying her great and depth of experience. And she has this sort of keen eye to her. She has been sitting back and watching each one of you as you had wandered in, and you, Clay, know that she seems to be looking for something, but so far, every time you've asked, she's mostly just said, "Another drink."
I think at this point, the tray with Clay under it would wobble over to the table, one drink on top, and Clay just goes, "Order up, man."
The bartender comes out, kind of huffing a bit, and brings out drinks. And as the camera slides away from you, it goes to Bam.
Well, trying to think, where would Bam be in this situation? I guess he could be at the I guess from everything I'm told, is everyone's kind of like next to each other on the bar at the bar space.
Everyone's kind of spread out.
Spread out. Okay, so then this works out.
Bunch of loners.
That's what I thought. I'm like, I saw some. I know you said you were running between everyone. I just wasn't sure if what was okay. So, I'll be at the end of the bar, I guess, just like at sort of kind of the back corner. And if anyone were to look over at the back corner, you'd see a very tall green orc man with sort of like green kilt, green sort of like I guess robe. Yeah, robe. I guess a kind of like a robe, whitish shirt, and he'll have his staff right next to the bar. His staff is made of wood, oak wood, and it's got like a moon on it, and within the moon there are wrapped in twine a bunch of these like ball-like figures that kind of like light up, kind of light off and on. If he was to like pick it up and use it, it would like, you know, mince light. That's where he gets a lot of his power from. You'll also see that he's wearing like an equivalent of almost a fanny pack, but not quite a fanny pack. Where, you know, because instead of doing the I went for the component spells with the belt, so that's where I went with that, because I thought that'd be look kind of cool.
Yeah.
And so he's got like the little belt pouches and everything, and he's just kind of sitting there, and with it being, I guess, breakfast, I guess he'll eat whatever he prefers more of the meat potato sort of thing, but whatever's there for breakfast is he'll take. So he's sitting there with that and then maybe some water to drink.
So when it comes to meat,
Yeah.
all of you who've been here for some time, you know that almost exclusively the meat is the knucklehead trout that comes from the lake here.
Ah.
It's primarily trout and occasionally some kind of small game. Maybe an elk or deer if hunters are lucky. But food is very hard to come by. As far as potatoes, there are definitely some potatoes, but they're going to be more of the earthy, kind of musky, coppery sort of taste. So they aren't like French fries. They're not very tasty.
Well,
but...
no, but like I just imagine like some form of something that kind of resembles potatoes or close to it, and something that is kind of got a meat to it, and like the trout works fine. So he's sitting there and he's eating trout, and this is good. This is great.
The bartender says, "I'm glad you think so. It's all we have."
Well, I appreciate all that you have.
Thank you. It's very kind of you. And they sort of turn away and resume preparing food and drink. The camera will slide back over to the conversation between Emmeline and Kolskeg.
You're pale now. What happened? It's been forever since I've seen you. What happened?
Kolskeg like leans in a little bit. I'm not sure. I was in the wilderness and I was coming to do something. I'm not sure what happened. I woke up in the snow and
I think I was meant to meet you or something.
I've saying Emmy, I'm not sure.
The dwarven woman pipes up. As she stands, you can hear the sound of her seat scraping, and the wood against wood is grating enough that it's almost pronounced in this small, meager establishment. All of you are easily able to hear this and perhaps even turn your vision over to her. She stands up. She hooks one of her thumbs into her belt. You can see that she has on her back a very large axe, and she has 2 hand axes tucked in at her hips. And she says, "So you're from out there. You've been out in the wild recently. I could do with some help from capable folk." She turns her eyes to look at each and every one of you. "I've been watching and think that you will have to do. Bremen is a small place, isolated, and I don't think I really have much choice."
Nice to see you think kindly of us.
What are you needing us for? You said you need us for something in the wilds. What's going on?
Well, if you have experience in the wild, then I think that maybe you might have the stomach for this. And you see her procure from her belt a very thick pouch of gold. She sets it on the table. For those keen of eye, you would probably be able to guess that it's easily 100 gold pieces in this thick pouch. "I would like to call upon you to help me track down a murderer."
As soon as she would say the word murderer, Laernus would immediately come off the wall and then make their way toward the table, much more interested now, much more focused on what's going on.
Who precisely was killed?
It is of my understanding that the people that were killed were innocent folk. So I don't know which one of you are from here in 10 Towns. There is, unfortunately, an understanding with the folks who live here. To appease the Frostmaiden, certain sacrifices are made. And I am of the impression, from my own investigations, that he is targeting people who might be shirking their responsibility. So they are technically innocent folk. And this is a slippery individual.
Yeah. That's bad. I'll help.
Me.
Emmeline grabs her pack and slings her bow over her shoulder and just says, "Sure. If you
Amy.
need a hand, can at least help out somewhat."
It would be my honor.
There's at least 10 gold there, Amy.
I'd say there's hundreds, but
At least 10.
nice to see you can still count. I'm very proud of you, Kolskeg.
Exactly 100.
And I think kind of overhearing some of this, I think Bam would sort of stand up and come near the table and say, "A murder and a mystery. I kind of like the two of these things. Would you mind if I joined you on this adventure?"
I suppose more hands would make easier work. This is a dangerous person, so yes. And lastly, her eyes go over to Clay. And you've been serving her drinks all day. She's finally saying something.
Clay bounces up over to her, holding the serving tray at his side, and says, "Well, I'm always happy to help, especially if they're harming people."
This will certainly be of help. Well, why don't you get us another round of drinks? Everyone gather
I'm on it.
around.
Except for me, Clay. I'm alright.
Emmeline scrapes like the last of her porridge up and puts a bowl to the side and comes over.
As the group gathers around with a fresh round provided by Clay, she begins to say, "This is what I know. Sepek Caltro." Let me spell it out for you guys, because that is very... Yes, okay. Sepek Caltro works for a small traveling merchant company called Torg, owned and operated by a shady dwarf named Torga Icevein. In other words, Sepek gets around. He's charming, makes friends easily. He's also Torga's bodyguard, so I'm guessing he's good with a blade. His victims come from the only 3 towns that sacrifice people to the Frostmaiden on the nights of the new moon. This is what passes for civilized behavior in Icewind Dale. Maybe the victims found a way to keep their names out of drawings, and Sepek found out they were cheating, so he killed them. Maybe, just maybe, Sepek's doing the Frostmaiden's work. She leans back. I followed Torg for a 10-day as it moved from town to town. Quite the devious little enterprise. But that's not my concern. What struck me is how comfortable Sepek Caltro looked in this weather. No coat, no scarf, no gloves. You see her eyes slowly trailing over to Kolskeg. It was like the cold didn't touch him. Kiss of the Frostmaiden, indeed. She doesn't wave back.
Don't think she likes me and me.
I still need to figure out what on earth is going on, but I don't think she does.
I like you, Mr. Sir.
Is that a talking rabbit?
No?
It's one of the small folk, I think.
I think they call him
Okay.
Herringon.
Yes, he's
Yeah, that's it. I am rather small, though.
100
Pleased to
gold
meet you.
pieces to apprehend Sepek Caltro, ascertain his guilt, and deal with him, preferably without involving the authorities. When the job's done, return to me to collect your money. And she swipes up the gold pouch.
As it should be, after services are rendered.
Oh, a bounty.
Aye.
So you want us to kill him, right?
I would prefer not, but if necessary, I wouldn't want to add anyone to Sepek's list of victims. So do what you have to.
Rather avoid putting him in the ground, as it were. It's not usually what I do, but if you need assistance and so on, sure.
At this point, Clay wanders over to Laernus. Man, I can't believe I'm actually gonna get paid for once.
Yes, it's quite a thing when you adventure for money.
He
Well-
looks pretty excited.
You'll be able to find me here. Good luck. And
Thank you very much.
yeah, Aeolus?
Yeah, so maybe as this scene closes, I would like to, if Lynn Trollbane, I think that's her name, if she's willing to tell me a little bit more about the people who were killed, I want to just write down some details about that
Okay.
in this book that I carry.
What does your book look like?
So it looks like it's definitely out of place. It's not something local. It looks like this white, silvery white, maybe almost pearlescent scale covers the outside of the cover, and it's got these little bronze fasteners on the corner. It looks like it doesn't belong in this environment. It's a very old looking book, and the pages are crisp. As I flip the pages, you see very neat handwriting through the book. And anybody who looks closely, what they see are the names of people and how they died, when they died, and where, maybe a fact or two about each one. It's as if a book of those who have departed.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check. First roll of the game. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 22. I got a nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
Yay. Okay.
First roll net 20.
This is perfect. So what happens is Flynn goes into explaining as much detail as she can remember. Essentially, she is just a concerned person who lives in the area that was a bounty hunter, and she has a good instinct for this sort of thing. But she goes on to tell you that she has a bad knee and age is starting to get to her, so she can't go investigate this. She tells you about the patterns of Torgs, this merchant group that is operated by Sepek's employer, Torga Icevein. And she tells you that they move from town to town. And while the details of the people are gruesome and it's pretty obvious that they were murdered, there doesn't seem to be any real rhyme or reason between them. It's really hard. She doesn't have the details. She hasn't seen the bodies herself. It's mostly just what she's gathered. And with that, especially after the Nat 20, you feel inspired.
Oh my
You
gosh.
have drawn the star card.
Ooh.
You get to increase one of your stats by 1 point. Cannot exceed 24. You do this immediately.
Thank
Nice,
you,
nice,
card givers.
Yes.
Do we all have that card?
No.
I wish.
So there's a bit of a montage here as Hlyn is telling all of this information to Aeolus, and you see Aeolus is addressing this very unique book that he owns. So I don't think that they're here in town. Might have to head over to some of the different 10 towns. But I don't think you need to rush too much. They don't leave the area, and you don't want to travel between settlements without being prepared.
Well, this helps quite a bit.
What are you doing
so-
with your hand?
I had a question. I wanted to know if you knew the last one that they were at, because you said they were a bad guy, right? They kill people, not good, paying us money. Where was the last place you saw them?
She
Or
pulls
heard
out
about them or something?
a map of 10 towns, and we are here in Bremen. Wait, why is it not working? Ping.
Points to the famous counting house of Bremen.
Oh, it's just hella laggy, bro. Okay, so we are currently in Bremen. She says, well, I last saw them at Targos, so I was thinking that they were heading over to Bremen. But it seems that I was wrong. That must mean that they might be in Tourmaline. Or might have turned around and went back to Bryn Shandir.
There's a lot of walking.
It's quite a trek.
You don't want to be caught out in the cold unprepared.
No, it never ends well.
Well, I guess we need to be headed towards, if they're coming maybe back from Tourmaline,
Tourmaline.
Tourmaline. Thank you, Amy. Maybe we can catch them on the road, then back and forth. Yeah. Maybe.
Are you suggesting an ambush?
I don't know. They said that he was with other people. I don't know if we want to catch them too. Sounds like messy. I mean, I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong.
If we're to head towards Tourmaline, then we'd have to go through Targos and past Bryn, regardless. So, honestly, that's our first port of call, I guess. Try not to get caught out, though. We might want to prepare before we go.
Gather supplies. Probably want to have a measure of wood with you. Wood is very scarce here in 10 towns. You only get it in
Oh,
certain
it is.
places.
I have some. I want to keep some back home, but I can spare some.
Did we just become friends, all of us?
It would seem so. I already knew
That's
Clay,
cool.
but
I like this.
Hi. friends, huh? All right.
Bad friends. This is rather. Sure.
I
As
like friends.
as a plan begins to be hatched here, we can kind of go into brainstorming mode as a party as we montage this. Essentially, you will have to prepare yourself for the wilderness beyond, and there are a couple of ways that you can do so. We can split the party if we want. Essentially, you'll have to make sure you have enough food. You'll have to make sure that you have enough supplies to keep yourselves warm, or at least a plan to keep yourselves warm. And you'll need a direction.
Cool. I am going to be bringing a sled with wood on it. Just since that's what was outside Emmeline's house. Just bringing that along. We need warmth of some kind, and it's very scarce here in Bremen. So yeah.
I'll go help Emmeline. I got an axe, so chopping wood is what I can do.
That's if you find a tree.
Yeah, here in Bremen, there are no trees.
We
can buy
here in Bremen,
wood.
Here in Bremen, we sacrifice warmth. So yeah, we won't find many trees here.
Oh.
Emmeline, I'm a bit new here, but you know I've traveled quite a bit. Some places I've been, you know, people will pull up the turf and or moss and let it dry, and they can use that as fuel, or even like animal dung. That's like a thing, right?
Yes.
Do they do that around here? Do they use moss and things like that?
Yes, pretty much. Like you're hard pressed to find wood, so people will burn whatever they can. Moss, dung. Sometimes you can find like small plants. You have to dry them out though if they're under the snow.
Yeah.
Okay. So we see Emmeline and Kolskeg leave to prepare moving the wood that you do have. Someone will have to secure an idea for food.
Oh, I'm all about food. Anybody want to go with me to find food? I mean,
I can go with you.
yes, sir.
I would be then going back to the carts wherever it would be in Bremen, wherever there would be any sort of stables where I would have my trusty companion that helped get me here, a sort of light brown mule named Tough, who I will unfortunately need to be parting ways with, as she would most likely not do so great in these conditions.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I would also have rations there to contribute to the food among whatever Aeolus and Bam would find.
Okay, very good. It looks like we are having some technical difficulties, so we will be back. We're going to take a quick break here. Please join us in doing a little stretch, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes. We're back. So we see Emmeline Kolskeg beginning to leave, talking about gathering wood. And the camera focuses on Clay.
Clay, he doesn't have the longest of strides, so he's trying to hurry to catch up to them. And he's calling out, "Hey, wait! I want to come get wood with y'all too. Staying warm is the most important part.
Sure, you can come along. That's fine.
I can carry a lot."
I bet you can.
I mean, honestly, Kolskeg is going to put you to the test if you say that, so be very careful what you say.
He gives a very confident grin and a thumbs up.
I like him, Emmy.
Okay, we're gonna follow Lyrinus as they begin to make their way towards the stables. You had put away Tough for a little while as you went to get breakfast things. As you approach, there is a haggard-looking man, the stable master here, and you can see that he's brushing the side of Tough. As you approach, he pulls out what appears to be something like a carrot, and he's offering it to Tough, and Tough seems pretty happy. You see Tough's little ears are flitting about, and the tail is flicking with pleasure. And the man looks to you and says, "You know, this sort of beast is not very well suited for Icewind Dale."
Yes, I've traveled quite a way with them, and I couldn't necessarily part with them, but I know she wouldn't be suited for travel among the towns.
Well, I would hate to see her fall to some crag cat or some other sort of predator out there. Let me strike you a deal. She is such a sweetheart. I don't think I could bear such a fate. How about we do something of a trade? Whenever you find yourself back in Bremen, you can come visit her anytime you like. And so long as you have coin or another beast to trade her back for, I'm happy to service that. But I've got a few axe beaks here that might be better suited for your travels here in Icewind Dale. I say, I know that folks like to keep to themselves in this sort of place, but why exactly are you here? You know, if you're comfortable sharing.
Not at all. Just like I said, I've been all around the north of the continent, and I made my way here. Never been here before. I came here just looking for something new, I suppose.
No. Well, that's fair enough. And he gestures over to two axe beaks that are also stabled. And you see this very sturdy, stout-looking creature. It's got a long feathered neck and strong feathered legs. It doesn't really have any arms or wings. It does have a tufted tail, and as it is so named, it has this large hatchet-like beak, and these small beady eyes. And the two that this particular stable master has in stock, one of them is this beautiful chestnut color, and the other is almost kind of blue. It has this soft, icy tint to its feathers. Well, I've got Daisy, and then I've got Blueberry.
I quite like the look of Blueberry.
Well, how do you feel about maybe I take Tough off your hands and you can take Blueberry?
Sounds like a deal. Do you require any coin?
I mean, he scratches the back of his head. You know, it is very hard living out here in the cold of 10 towns, and wood is hard to come by, and I want to make sure that all my guests are comfortable here in my meager stable. And he happens to lean up against a part of the stable that has a hole in it. So drafty. If only I could afford a few extra planks.
So Learnus would, at that moment, pull out a gold piece and say, "Would this be enough for what you require?"
Oh, yes. That is mighty generous. Thank you. He takes it. Well, do you need help transferring your belongings from Tough over to Blueberry?
That would be an absolute help. I would appreciate it.
Yeah, all right. And he begins to heft and transfer any number of component pouches and sacks and all of the belongings that you have stored away on your mount. And you now get an axe-beak companion. Can I get an animal handling roll from you? Let's see if Blueberry likes you.
I can't believe Lyranus just grifted themselves.
Oh no!
Oh no, that's a nat 1. Oh
Off to a
my
great start.
god.
The two polar opposites.
Wonderful.
Okay.
We're gonna
So
have to build up this relationship.
this is
Yeah.
perfect. All right, I'm gonna tell you exactly what happens here. So, as you begin to like heft things over and you're trying to acquaint yourself with this new creature, I'll say that you have definitely seen Axe Beaks around because you're so deep into this part of Icewind Dale, but I don't think you've had any close interaction with one quite yet. Tell me what happens. Like, how do you approach this animal, and why is it going terribly wrong?
Well, I think not having experience with axe beaks, Lyranus would sort of approach it like he would a horse or a mule, and sort of maybe, gingerly stepping toward it. They would sort of do that thing where you come across a new dog, a new horse, an animal you're not familiar with, and sort of like hold up your hand, just like trustingly, kind of testing the waters.
Yes, and you can see that the creature seems startled by this, and with a mighty thwack, the axe beak's head slams into you, and
Oh no.
you have drawn the balance card. So what this means is you go down to half hit points. And if you have any spells, you go down to half spell slots available until your next rest. So I think what happens here is the thwonk of blueberry smacks you in the side of your chest. It knocks the breath out of you, and you just feel extremely spent from this. You drop whatever you're holding, it crashes down on you. You end up having to pick everything up because the bag opened. And we see this little scene here of the stable master trying to help you. Oh, no, that's not how you approach an axe beak. You've got to do it like this. And you see him approach from behind, and he puts his hand up and he begins to stroke the back of the head instead of near the face. And he reaches down and begins to stroke the breast of the creature and ruffling the feathers. Yeah, they don't have very good eyesight, so they get startled very easily. It would be better to give a gentle hand coming from a different approach like this. Here, you have a go.
All right, Lyranus would sort of mimic what they did even more carefully than the stable master.
Okay, roll me animal handling at advantage.
Okay. How do I do advantage?
You can just roll it twice, and we'll take the higher number. Okay, a 13 and a 15. Okay, with a 15, absolutely. You feel the creature just melting into the warmth of your hand, and there is a soft kind of reverberating from its gullet, and you can feel the vibrations through its thick neck. Well, there you go. That's much better.
I thought they didn't like me.
Well, some relationships are founded on the number of snacks you provide. So, it's
I'm
still
quite
too
familiar
early
with-
to tell.
I'm quite familiar with those, and thinking of that, they would, their mind would go to Clay.
Well, best of luck to you. And like I said, if you ever want to come back and visit Tough, anytime, of course.
It's very much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah. Gives a nod. And is there anything else you want to do here?
Yes. So, any, like as well as Tough, Lyranus would have had a cart with them, and so they would like kind of go to the cart, get as many rations as they would be able to, and then set back off to the tavern or whatever meeting place
Okay.
we would have.
Very good. So with Blueberry in tow, you begin to head back. The camera will shift over to Bam and Aeolus. The two of you step out into the cold of Bremen. You look around. You can see that there are people dragging boats out towards the water. The lake has mostly frozen over, so that's the general way to travel across it.
Is it Mr. Nash, Professor Nash?
If you prefer those, Bam is what most people like to call me.
Oh, great.
And
I didn't know. Maybe I figured you studied somewhere important, one of the big cities, you know.
I studied my magic, of course, but I never really pursued it much further than adventuring, needing to be able to survive and learn how to throw things when necessary. Stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah, you know, I understand that school oftentimes doesn't, you know, really relate to real life, what you're going to find when you get on the job kind of thing. I found that too, you know, school was very different.
Yes.
I didn't expect to see myself here. And to tell you the truth, I'm far where I'm supposed to be, but I don't know. It's interesting, say the least. What brings you here?
Well, I'm not quite sure. I sort of just, I don't exactly remember what was going on at the time, but I found myself here. And I've sort of just been walking around. This place is very cold. One thing that you should know, and I'll bring up to the group when we come back. One of the cool things I learned, because I thought it would be really cool to have for, say, going through a tomb and needing a torch. I can produce fire. So I can point at a thing of logs and go fire, and boom, fire will happen. I don't know why that happens, but it does.
That's nice. I think that's real handy. Does it have to be like logs and wood and stuff?
I haven't tried it on many other things, but I would assume. Well, he'll point to the snow. I don't think it'll work quite well on that, but you know.
Do you try it?
Yeah. You know what? For the fun of it. Poof.
Do you have to say fire every time you cast Produce Flame?
I would like to, but I don't have to.
I mean, it's up to you. So you go fire, right? And then a fire like appears, melts the snow instantly.
Oh. Very curious. I'm enjoying this new discovery.
What color is your fire? You can take total creative liberty with any spells, and that goes for anybody.
Well, this is going to surprise everyone. It's going to be a total shock, but it's purple.
Okay.
Does any of this fire persist after? Does it snow burning?
Produce flame.
It's fire colored.
As soon as I see the fire, I kind of reach out and I do a little bit of cantric magic with my hands. I'm trying to manipulate the air and give the fire some shape. I don't know if it persists for very long.
A flickering flame remains there.
Well, I'm not, for context, it's not produce flame, it's create bonfire.
Oh, then probably. Okay.
A 1 second bonfire.
Yeah. Up to a minute. It says you can create a bonfire on the ground that you can within range. Until the spell ends, magic bonfire fills a 5-foot cube. Any creature in the bonfire space when you cast a spell must succeed a dexterity saving throw or will take 1d8 fire damage. Oops.
you will assume that like any spells that you can cast, unless you recently learned them, that you're pretty much a master of them, and it won't
Okay,
get out
yeah,
of
well,
control.
it's a cantrip, so I would assume I'm pretty decent at a
Yeah,
cantrip.
so this fire is created and it does persist, and Aeolus, you begin to manipulate it.
Yeah, so I use a control flames cantrip, and what I do with it is I weave the tendrils of the flame together to look like a fabric and make a pattern that spirals. So it has got this vibrant pattern, and it's kind of bright and it's glowing. So I'm playing with it for a little bit. And I know a little bit of magic. I learned that in the academy.
Wow. That
As-
is so good.
Teamwork.
As the two of you are doing this, you notice that there are people that are slowing down in their various works, and they seem to be cocking their heads, looking at this display of
I go
very
like this.
visible magic.
I say, oh, and I go like this, and it goes out. Whoosh. Whoosh. Try to extinguish it.
Yeah, it extinguishes. You seem to have caught the interest of the locals here.
Yeah, I heard something about that. Maybe we shouldn't do that. I think they don't like wizards or something.
Oh, I haven't been here long enough to figure out if they like wizards or not. I've only been around for, I think it feels like only a few days. I just stumbled upon that tavern about a day or so ago that you met me in. So
That's an interesting story. Yeah. Don't know where you've been. I guess we should try to investigate that a little bit. Is this the place we get food? I think that might be it right there. The provisioner, I think.
As you approach this ramshackle establishment, you can see that they appear to be rolling out these crates and barrels and heading towards the direction of the docks. And a woman shakes her head at your approach. We ain't got nothing. You're gonna have to head over to the docks if you want something. Shipment's not in yet.
Food?
It's not in
okay.
yet.
So we pay at the dock,
I ain't got nothing for you.
but you will.
Later, tonight, sure. Or you can head down
Okay.
to the dock.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
So I guess shall we? Meander?
we shall.
You see that the lake around the creaky docks is frozen, and you can see it's forcing fishers to pull their rowboats up onto the ice. Standing between a pair of boats is a stout humanoid in cold weather clothing. A gray hood hides most of his face, but you can see that there's a wide nose and long, frosty beard poking out. As he turns his head, stamping his feet, he spots the two of you and waves you over. Good! You're here! Get to it, ingrates! Those fish aren't going to catch themselves! Clearly, he's mistaken you for someone else.
Oh, I'm not sure who you're speaking about.
I've been waiting over an hour for some fishes that I hired in the night. And there was two of them, and he scratches his head. I think it was you. Maybe not. I did have a bit to drink.
Oh, okay. What was my name?
Steve?
I forgot too.
Are you a Steve?
Sorry.
Oh. Well. I offered to pay them. We've got a
We're looking-
situation out on the lake. What?
Looking to buy food. Are you selling food?
Oh, I've got fish, but there's not gonna be much fish. We've got a situation in the water. There's a monster out there.
Oh,
One of the water monsters.
Yeah, so you'll take care of it, right? I got coin, and I can give you fish as a part of it. If you want fish and no coin, I could give you more fish.
Bam.
What do you think?
Why not?
All right,
right.
we will take on the sea monster.
All right, well, you can take these. He points to one boat. This is the burly ram. He points to the other boat. This is the pronged goat. And you see that the pronged goat has a curious bite mark taken out of it.
Well, I don't know boats, but whichever you think is best, Bam.
He looks over. What are the choices again?
They're just 2 rowboats, and
Just
one
2
of them has a
rowboats?
bite mark missing out of it.
That could be lucky.
Uh, Well, there doesn't appear to be anything other than just a bite mark on it. I don't know. I think we'd be more successful with the non-bited one.
Okay. I'm convinced, and I start walking towards the non-bited boat.
Okay. So as you approach the boat and you turn to look at the dwarven man who hired you to go hunt some monster, you see that he's already halfway back towards town and he's dragging a cart of fish over that way. So the 2 of you are just by these boats. And you see there's fishing poles in both of them. There are 6 fishing poles.
Decisions. I'm entirely flexible here, Bam.
Well, we can try and maybe fish if you want, but I don't think we're gonna get any successful until we take this monster out. So if you want, I guess we can go search for it. I don't. Kind of looks out in the water. I'm not used to this area that much, I don't think.
Are there other fisher people around?
You can see that there appear to be a couple of people hesitating, and they're sort of standing by the shore, their hands on their hips, and they're gesticulating wildly over towards the water.
Like as if they're pointing towards a sea monster or something, right?
Yeah, probably.
Ah, I see they're pointing at a thing. That might be what we're looking for.
This couldn't possibly be misadventure, could it?
No, not at all. It'll be fun venture.
I'm with you, Bam. I'm here for the ride.
Oh, does that mean I'm rowing?
You can tell. Well, can I get a nature check from both of you?
You'll probably be disappointed.
Ha!
That's a nat 1 from Bam.
I told you I don't
Three.
know the area.
What did you roll, Aeolus?
I get a 7.
Okay. Even with a 3 and a 7, when you look at this bite mark, it's bigger than like your torso. So it's a big monster.
Oh, it's that kind of bite mark. I thought it was the goat bit the boat. Okay.
No.
Mm.
It's a
I
big
see, I
goat
see.
if that's the case.
A mighty seagull.
Well, I know I am not destined to die. Yet.
Yet.
Okay.
Dangerous thing to say.
Did the 2 of you climb into a boat?
I'm
I
following
planned
Bam.
Yeah, I climbed in the boat. That's
Okay.
why I asked.
There we go.
I
We push
assumed I asked the question in the boat. Am I rowing?
Gotcha. So we'll see the camera slide away from you, Emmeline and Kolskeg, and Clay a few paces behind. You begin to head over to your cart. Can you describe to me what your cart looks like? Or sled, sorry.
Sled, yeah. So I've actually taken us all the way over to Emmeline's hut. It's a little bit of a trek. She doesn't live like particularly close to the center of Bremen. But yeah, it's a wooden sled. Surprisingly, left outside, hasn't been picked apart for wood. which goes to show how much people actually like Emmeline. And it is just a simple wooden sled, 2 rails either side of it, and a bunch of rope used for lashing things onto it, and also tying around your waist and just dragging along. Normally, it would be dragged along by dogs, but they are mysteriously gone right now.
Excellent. You see as you're approaching that there is someone you recognize standing next to the sled. And this happens to be a half-elven woman named Tali. Tali is wrapped up and bundled in her furs, and as you approach, she's waving at you from a distance. When you close the distance, she says, "Hello, Emmeline. Oh, you have friends."
Yes, I think so. This is Kolskeg, and the small one is Clay.
Oh,
Hey.
hello.
Hi, can I help?
Yes, I heard some strange noises over here. There seems to be something rooting around near your sled, and I wanted to investigate, but I will admit that I am a little afraid.
Well, that's fair. What did you see? What does it look like?
I don't know, I moved very quickly, and I was fearful for your sled and your wood supply. Yes.
Well, I'll go look. It's not a big deal.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, absolutely. For everyone at the table, you're welcome to do insight checks with anybody at any time.
Yeah.
Kolskeg does not do that. He just begins to walk towards the sled.
Okay.
That is a 13.
Okay. With a 13, you definitely don't have any reason to not believe Tali. You know that Tali is a researcher. She would have told you all of this as you've spent time here in Bremen. And you know that she's here in Icewind Dale to study how the climate changes, how climate changes alter animal wildlife and their nature. You see that she watches Kolskeg make their way over to the sled, and they say, are you sure that's safe?
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. He kind of just continues to walk around.
Emmeline leans over and just says, I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but I'm trying to find out, I think.
Okay. I need a perception or investigation check from anyone looking at the sled.
Okay, well, let's see here.
And this includes Clay if you want to.
That's a 25.
That's
Double 13.
Okay.
Is that at advantage or just regular?
Just regular.
Okay. That's 13.
Okay.
Hey.
Emmeline, you see this first. You notice that there is a dark shape of something fuzzy and small underneath the sled, and every time Kolskeg moves around the sled, it begins to scurry away from Kolskeg.
Ooh, can I see it? Like, can I see what it is?
No, it's hard to tell. The way that the sled is kind of pressed up against the snowbank here seems to have burrowed under.
I mean, I don't think there's anything here. She's seeing things. It's clearly nothing's here.
No, there's something. Kolska, could you move away a sec?
Okay.
Just very, very briefly. You're doing great, but very briefly. I'm going to walk up to the sled and, like, crouch down and see what the shape is.
Okay. With that 25 perception, you see one of these. But it's a
Rumbling.
baby.
Oh. Can I keep it?
Should we keep it?
I'm gonna like see I'll know what a crag cat is.
Uh-huh.
But I'm looking at this and I'm really, really like my brain is screaming, you should let that go. You should like get it away from your sled, because its mother is probably coming for you. The other half is also just screaming, pet it.
So what do you do?
Oh.
As you hesitate, it bolts out from underneath and it begins to charge towards Clay. Clay, you see this small wild kitten charging towards you, and its ears are flat and you can tell it's afraid.
Okay. So Clay is going to crouch down and brace a bit and just have like a wide but low, not threatening posture. And he's going to try to catch and calm down the cat.
Okay. Roll animal handling. Oh, that is a 23.
He's helped a lot on farms.
We all see this crag kitten skirt to a halt in front of Clay. It's a bit bizarre seeing the two of them stare each other down. They're both essentially the exact same color and quality of fur. And there's a moment where you see the ears begin to perk up and the head tilts as it looks at you, Clay.
Clay's going to tilt his head in the other direction. And he's going to kneel down, get down on one knee, and just hold a hand out underneath.
It begins to lick your hand, and it hurts a lot. You have drawn the Knight card. You have earned an animal companion.
Okay.
But it also eats
can
a
I
lot,
disable
just
the
to let you know.
Can I disable the effect of it trying to take a fatal blow?
Wait, what?
Well, because that's what the night cards do, right? Is
Oh,
they
no.
try to take the
Okay,
fatal
no.
blow.
So remember, we have custom rules. We also have plot armor for
Okay.
non-violent
I just wanted to make sure.
animal companions. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
This kitten is gonna outlive the party. Like,
Hell
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
This just became
Um,
our kitten.
So
Yeah.
You get to keep it.
Yes.
So Clay winces a little bit, but he doesn't pull back. Instead, he picks up the cat, which is probably pretty close to his size. And while holding like a lifestyle is stuffed teddy bear, he waddles his way back over to the other.
Clay, that's a. Never mind. It's cute.
Hey, this is my new
But if
friend.
its mother is nearby, I'm running.
Oh, interesting. Tolly kind of shuffles a bit, holding this very large book against their chest. Anyway, I suppose mystery solved. I hope wherever you're going that you will be safe.
Yeah, we're wandering into probably like the next town over. We've got something going on. Apparently, we're in a group that are,
There's
I guess
somebody
accidental-
killing people, and we
Well,
got
yeah.
paid to make
We're
them not kill
accidental
people.
bounty hunters.
Oh, they adjust their glasses. That's very interesting.
Have
She-
you met anyone named Septic? What was his name?
Septic tank.
Sepek.
Yeah, Sepek.
Septic, yeah, that's the name.
Sepek Caltro.
Septic Caltrips.
Not caltrops. Those are the
Oh.
things you stand on and then they stab you in the feet. You
Oh.
picked them out. We picked a few out of you, Kolskog.
Interesting.
Well, maybe, whatever. Yeah, what she said.
Oh, all right. Well, she shuffles away. She looks over to Clay and leans down a bit to lower their voice, and they say, "You know, see this trail of dark fur down the ridge of their back? That means that they haven't been properly bathed in some time. I would presume that would mean, unfortunately, the creature's mother is no longer among the living."
Clay immediately starts crying.
Oh, heavens! I didn't mean to. Anyway, I should get going.
He's got his arms wrapped around the big cat, tears just
Emmeline's
staining
gonna
his
come
fur.
rushing over. Is everything okay? Is everything okay? Why are you crying, Clay?
Marble lost their parents.
You called the kitten Marble.
Yeah.
That's the most adorable thing I've heard in a very, very long time.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought I was helping. The entire time, the crag kitten is just licking Clay, so you're like, over time, gonna just have patches of missing fur from this barbed tongue. But, they begin to, like, step further away, and they say, oh no. It looks like Grinsk is, trying to rope some outsiders into doing work for them again. You see Tali looking out towards the docks, and in the very distance, you see Aeolus and Bam talking to a dwarven individual, and the dwarven individual begins to stomp away as Aeolus and Bam are climbing into a boat.
Do I recognize that individual?
You go
Cause
ahead
my
and roll me a
husband-
history check.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people here, but it could be possible you don't know.
13?
Okay, 13. You know that Grinsk... give you the spelling here. Grinsk is a drunk and somewhat lazy of a man. He definitely prefers to have people do his dirty work, and he's kind of cheap. So, whatever is going on over there is probably a
Have they
little
gotten
underhanded.
themselves into... Oh no. Clay. Clay was your name, right?
Yeah.
Try not to let that thing, skin you alive. But yeah, I think the others may be in a little bit of, I guess, trouble.
Clay looks back and forth between the others and the person who showed concern over Marble, and there you notice like a little rush in his voice. He goes, well, we gotta go help our friends, but is there anything I should know about taking care of Marble?"
Crag cats eat a lot. And Tali begins to leave.
And then Clay starts like sprinting while holding the cat like tilted backwards a little bit from the weight, trying to catch up to the others.
Emmeline looks back at Clay and is like, also they're carnivores, so ugh.
I don't know what that means.
It means they only eat meat. That's why running over.
So, as Emmeline, Kolskeg, and Clay begin to run towards the shore, Lyrinus, you have your new companion, and you're waiting in front of the tavern, and you can see this, streak of people, Clay holding something very heavy and long and floppy, Emmeline and Kolskeg in tow,
dead patch of fur on his cheek.
and they're dragging their sled with them.
Yeah, it's tied around Kolskeg's waist, because I was going to put it around mine, and then I just did it round Kolskeg.
Just walking with it. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
I would sort of speak to Blueberry for the first time and say, well, time for you to meet the rest of them. Hopefully it goes better for them than it went for me. And I'll make my way over.
Okay. Blueberry says, "Scrack!" And we see everyone gathered together. Aeolus and Bam, as you're clambering into the boat, you see, in this exact order, Clay, Emmeline, Kolskeg, and Lyrinus approaching you from 2 different directions. And I think this is a good place for us to take a quick break. So please join us in doing a little stretchy stretch, grabbing a drink, a snack, and we will be back in about 5 minutes. Be right back, everybody. As we return to the scene, I want to say thank you very much to Inway for another round of deck card draws. I'm so excited. And also thank you to Vertigo for a pocket nat 20 to everyone in the chat. Sorry, not in the chat. What? Hold on.
Everyone in the chat.
Everyone in chat
Everyone
gets
in
a
the
pocket
chat.
20. Use it wisely.
Use it wisely.
Yeah.
Have a nat 20.
Yes. Okay. We're gonna do card draws real quick. Emmeline, you're first.
Go.
Okay. Lyrinus.
Yep.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on. We already played that card.
No doubles.
Yeah. Sorry. You don't get a cute cat pet
Or bonked on the head.
yet.
Dogs.
Sorry. Lyrinus, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Aeolus.
I don't know about like that.
Oh, wait. I was already drawn to. All right. Roll again, Aeolus. Okay. Kolskeg.
Stop.
Okay. Clay.
Uh-oh. I don't like to laugh.
And Bam.
Card number 5. I don't know what to feel. Stop.
All right. Okay. So Aeolus and Bam, you're climbing into the boat.
Did we identify if I'm rolling or not rolling? Rowing?
Oh, I can do that. And I immediately pick up the oars, and you see I put my back into it, and I'm like the slowest rower ever. It's like, because I'm just skinny stick man.
If you get tired, let me know. I can jump in.
Are they rowing out without us?
Yeah, we're just getting ready to. We're just starting to head out.
We're just
Yes.
starting to row. Yeah.
You're in shouting distance.
Hey!
I hear shouting.
Are they in danger?
I don't know. Oh, that looks like the other people
Oh.
we've met in the
Waving.
bar. Hold on. Let us stop. I think it is the friends that we met in the bar.
Hey, what was here? We like, what are you all doing? Why are you out fishing?
There is a giant sea creature that is preventing the fish from being fished. So we are going to destroy this creature.
Are
The
you
sea creature.
trying to get eaten?
No, we're trying to eat.
Amy, I want to kill a giant sea creature.
This
See?
is marble.
See?
It's a lot of glory. I'm aware.
Wolfman
That's
wants to
an
help
easy
us.
Recipe for. Oh.
And there's fishing
Clay,
poles.
what do you think about? Clay, what do you think about this?
Clay just lifted up the cat and shouted, "This is marble."
What a
Oh.
cute kitty.
I really want to go kill that giant sea creature. Really.
One thought.
It's called
I don't
Skegler,
think
thinking
marble
about
can
just running under
swim,
the water.
so I'm gonna stay out here.
Yeah,
That's
he's
fine.
already making his way out towards the boat. If they're
Ah,
going
what
out,
makes-
like he like is tugging
In the
at
freezing water.
the sled around his waist, trying to get it off. But if he can't, he's just going to like, yeah, he's
Kolskeg,
going.
You'll get it all wet. What are you doing?
I
Emmy, is that a good idea?
No, that's not a good idea. I'm gonna run forward and just as a out of an abundance of caution, just untie the sled from him.
Mm-hmm.
Kolskeg, wait, just.
I picture
think this
Kolskeg
through.
not stopping at all
No,
while
he's
you're
not.
trying to untie
He's
it.
trying to discuss.
Just
He is
walking
one
up.
tracked.
Yes, come on, friend. Yes, yes.
Come on, just maybe not walk into the water. What do you, Kolskeg? You'll die.
Yeah, you all know that cold, icy water is a death sentence out here.
I
What are you doing,
really
Kolskeg?
want to kill this sea monster.
Okay, I've already stopped you dying once. Don't no.
Well, yeah.
And then, oh my God, that's a huge bird.
Yes, I was about to. Larinus will have walked up the dock or whatever, Blueberry in tow, and just sort of assess the situation, and be like, "So, what exactly is going on?"
Clay's
still
just
standing.
standing next to Blueberry, staring straight up, like,
Oh yes, Clay, this is Blueberry. I traded tough for them.
traded tough.
Well, they're being kept. She's being kept here in Bremen. We can come and see her whenever we like. But I made a deal with the stable keep to get a more suitable.
Okay.
That was a terrible trade deal. You shouldn't trade your toughness for blueberries. It's not worth it.
I see. We'll have to.
I
teach this one.
see Kolskeg stopped.
Tough as a mule, my friend.
Tough as a mule, I understand. Yeah, you're tough as a mule, but you traded it for blueberries.
No, this is an axe beak, Kolskeg. They're a little easier to take around, drag things along, stick stuff on, use carts and stuff. That not the fruit.
Yeah, you don't want to approach them from the front. They'll bonk you.
Oh, I learned that. Very much
Well,
so.
You are looking a lot worse for wear than you were before. Are you okay?
I tried to approach Blueberry as I would a horse, and learned that that's not how.
No, they're in
acts
reverse. Yeah.
work. Yes, I was shown it. I know now, but at a bit of a price.
Oh dear.
Clay
they
holds
still
up Marble
rowing?
to Learnus.
Oh, you guys
I
gonna
see.
come? So he's got a big bird. You've got a small cat.
This is our
Everybody's
new
getting,
family member.
everybody's
see.
getting pets now. This
You
is
said
fun.
you named him Marble.
Yeah.
Love that.
Is Kolskeg gonna get the sea monster as a pet?
I'm gonna kill the sea monster with my
Oh.
axe.
How?
Speaking of, you coming back or am I going to you? Is what kind of haul.
Where
yelled
is
at.
the where are we? Is the fuck, not boat thing? Is it by? Is it out in the water yet, or is it still good enough where he could go from land onto the?
I think we're rowing back, right?
Oh, are we rowing
You can
back? Okay,
definitely
you got
stop and row back. I mean, you could
Yeah.
keep rowing if you want.
Bye.
There's
No,
two boats.
This is good. This
Okay.
is good,
No
Bam.
going back.
Yeah, we're gonna row back.
Okay.
Everybody,
The
let-
party's all together again.
let's get some free food. There's fishing poles, and yeah,
Yeah, but there was talk of a sea monster, so if we go
Yes.
and fish, I'm pretty sure we'll end up in the water, and if we end up in the water, we all die.
I'm not familiar with these parts. Are there actually monsters in?
can there really be that big of a sea
Hmm.
monster?
Can we see the boat from here? The
I
boat
hope
has a
so.
Fight out of it.
Yeah, they're here. Like, you're all together. And you can see the two boats are just right there. One of them has a bite mark missing out of it. The other one is fully intact.
Would I recognize what kind
Yeah.
of creature made that
Can
bite
we
mark?
check out that bite mark?
Roll me a
me.
nature check.
Ooh.
Emmeline,
Do I get my
you...
bonus?
Oof.
Wow. That's a -1 for Clay.
Ooh.
Clay gets lost in the woods a lot.
Wow.
Makes sense.
I'm very
Oh!
concerned.
Can I use my double proficiency for this one?
I got a natural 20.
Oh.
Very
Damn.
nice. Damn. Okay.
Kolskeg has taken a
Emmeline,
lot of
you can
bites
roll
out
at
of a lot of
advantage.
boats.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 14. And a 3.
Okay.
So 14.
All right. Emmeline and definitely Clay, you have no idea. Emmeline, you're not
Yeah.
sure whatsoever. Kolskeg, with your nat 20 -1 into a 19. Still a nat 20. You know, you have heard many stories about creatures that live out here in the frozen wastes. You have heard rumors. Some rumors say that it's the size of an ox. Some rumors say that it's the size of a house. Some say it might be a type of whale or a large fish. Some say it's more lizard-like, with scaly skin and a long neck. So you've never laid eyes on it, but you've heard all about this sort of thing.
Listen, this thing is a legend, right? So I know it's worth killing because it's got a big neck, easy to chop, right? It's a big mouth. That's why it bit the boat. Probably thought it was like food or something. I don't know. Monsters are weird. Anyways, it's big. It's worth killing. We should go kill it.
I don't think we're all gonna fit on that boat.
You can sit on my shoulders. It's fine.
Yes, but what if we fall in?
You thinking way too hard about this. Big monster. We kill it. It's great.
In my armor, I might sink.
Can y'all swim?
I don't think you'd want to swim in this. Do you know how cold it is here?
Hold up, pulling up the special rules about frigid water in Icewind Dale.
Oh,
Hey,
I'm not too good at swimming.
I did have to drag him out of the water once.
you guys are
I-
really spoiling the fun of this for me. I really want to kill this thing.
Well, it's kind of different when you got fur. It gets all weighed down, and then you start to sink a bit.
Kolskeg.
it's a really bad idea.
In fact, the legends that you've heard about this lake monster, you know that if you get one of its teeth and turn it into a weapon, it's said to bring about great fortune and herald a prophecy. You have drawn the throne card. An opportunity
Yeah.
opens itself up to you.
Look,
No.
right? If we get its teeth, becomes like the best thing ever, right? Super cool, stabby things, whatever we need. It's worth killing. Just let me do this.
Kolskeg, this sounds like your destiny. Let me row.
I love this. I love this.
Okay. Do we want to take 2 boats or 1?
It might be best to take both, to be fair.
I would take 2.
Yes.
Okay. It matters who goes into which boat.
I think I'm gonna go with Kolskeg. Regardless of, actually no, I'm going to drag Kolskeg to the other boat that's currently there, the one with the.
Oh
the
yeah,
light.
because he's.
Oh,
joining
you're not
our-
having to drag
yeah.
me. You. It is very easy. I
Okay,
am
you're
so
dragging
excited.
me. You're practically skipping along.
Oh, skipping is the correct word, yes. Absolutely.
Okay. So do you want to be in the boat with the bite?
How big is the bite? How big are we talking here?
So the boat is still seaworthy.
Okay, that's all I need to know. We're
It-
going in that one then.
It's obviously the tastier one of the two.
Yeah. I'm
Yes,
going
this is the boat we
to-
want.
Yeah, I'm gonna like allow Clay to hop in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Uh,
Clay, Emmeline, and Kolskeg. Why is it so hard to type your name? I wrote Kolkeg.
Okay.
Um,
I look over at Leonis.
So excited.
Can that thing? No, I wouldn't send that thing swimming. Are you just gonna leave it there, or what do you want to do?
That is a very good point.
there's a convenience tie
yeah,
thingy.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say that, and would there happen to be anyone around, like on the dock, sort of someone within earshot?
Mhm.
I would call to the nearest person and have them approach me.
Oh yeah, you
And-
see this middle-aged woman approaches and they say, "What could I do for you? What's up?"
So my companions and I are about to go out onto this frozen lake here.
Mm-hmm.
I've recently acquired this new axe beak.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if you would mind watching it for a spell while we do what we must.
Yeah, I could do that. You've got any silver on you?
I do. And Lyrinus produces 3 silver and asks, would this be enough?
Yes, that would. They swipe it. They take the reins. Take your time.
By the way, if you happen to be gone when I return, I'll make sure to find you and make sure that Blueberry is all right.
Whoa. I understand that,
Not
There-
a threat, friends. Just saying that I would like to follow up on my new acquisition.
yeah, all right. I'll be here.
Thank you. And they'll hop into the boat where Bam and Aeolus are.
Okay.
What else, friend?
Hello.
All
Melly,
right.
we're gonna kill a giant monster.
Lay, Lyrinus, Bam, and Aeolus.
Bam.
Very nice. All right, Clay, you are in the boat with Emmeline and Kolskeg.
I like held the like boat out and like gave you a lift up if you need it. It's still seaworthy. However,
Yes.
it's still seaworthy, so you should probably. I mean, I don't know what you want to do with marble. What's its name again?
Mabel.
Oh yes. Also, you're muted.
His name's Marble. My whole family's
Marble.
named after stone.
Ah, interesting. So,
Family.
My dad's name is
So
Slate.
it's a new family member. Oh. Well, we'll treat it well. So
And I'm
yeah, sure.
Clay. No last name.
I'm so ready.
I do think if Kolskeg is anything to go by, we should definitely get going before he sets off without us.
I am already pushing the boat into the water.
Kolskeg, wait. Is he waiting?
Clay sets Marble on top of Blueberry.
Okay.
So excited.
They're safely off to the side.
And
Yes.
then hurries after.
Okay. We see the two boats push out into the lake, and you can see that the lake has these very thick, wide ice flows that crack against each other and are moving across the surface of the frigid water here. You get the sense that hitting one of these is very bad and could damage the boat dangerously. I need one character from each boat to roll me
Volunteer.
wisdom checks. Or if you want to do survival, I'll take that.
Can I do survival?
Yes.
Yeah, I can do. I can.
I can do it for our boat.
I did it for our boat. I'm rowing.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Aeolus, what did you roll?
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Is it just okay? It's a survival one.
I think we
Okay,
put a
cool.
large portion of the survival in one boat.
26.
Ooh.
Very
Ooh.
good. Okay. Let's see. We see Emmeline's boat very deftly dodging these ice flows, and Aeolus, you hear a mighty crack of ice as it slams into the side of your boat. It takes 3 bludgeoning damage here.
Whoa, where'd that come from?
Whoa.
Careful of the ice. It's everywhere. Keep an eye out.
If you see a big monster, let me know.
I'll be sure to let you know, Kolskog. It's honestly, if we see a big monster, I'm pretty sure you'll see it first.
I'm so excited.
Rowing.
Bam, keep your eyes out. Help me look.
I shall, friend.
Oh, I could have sworn I had a water track. Okay, this is gonna have to do.
Clay's just hanging on to the edge of the boat, looking, like, peering out over it, staring into the water.
Would is it what time? I guess what time of day is it? Is it daylight, nighttime? What are we?
It will say that it's about 1 p.m.
Okay, then my dark vision doesn't do anything.
Well, even as you peer down into the water, you can see that the lake, as you begin to head further and further out, it easily is over 100 feet deep. It is a very deep lake.
Yeah, it's a whole centipede deep.
This lake swallows people.
And Laernus will have taken a spot on the boat and have their crossbow laid across their lap.
Okay. Let's see. 1 die 6. Roll a
What
6.
boat gets eaten?
Okay. Zombie, roll me a d20.
Yay!
19. Oh my god.
Yay!
Oh my god.
Thank
Okay.
you.
That's so funny. So I
Uh-oh.
have a chart of different events to happen, and we immediately just go to ripples disrupt the surface of the lake, causing your boat to bob side to side. A large mass glides through the water below you.
Do I see it?
Everybody sees it. It's this dark shadow moving underneath the water.
No, dear.
I need everyone to roll a nature check.
Immediately Kolskeg just like schools the light.
Whoa!
Hey, I didn't get a -1, baby.
Yeah,
I got
Emmeline
a-
has,
I got a crit.
Emmeline has locked the
Nice.
oars and is pulling her bow up.
Melly, you're quiet.
Yeah.
Can you repeat what you said?
Emmeline has locked the oars to the side and is pulling her bow up.
Okay, very good. Aeolus with that nat 20 and Emmeline with that 18. The two of you are able to identify what this creature is. And I'll need you to tell me how you know this. Hold on. Let me open the picture.
Oh,
Why is it loading so slow?
It's big.
Drama.
It's a
It
big
is
fish.
it is pretty big, yeah. Okay.
Also, it's too scared of Kolskeg to show itself.
We got a handout?
One sec. Okay. Tell me, Emmeline, how is it that you know what a plesiosaurus is?
So Emmeline has a flashback to a tale from her late husband, Ethan. And he comes home one day, ghostly white, like dripping from head to toe in the freezing wind, and comes through into the hut and just starts babbling about a monster, something he'd seen. And she immediately just like starts trying to make a fire, trying to get him warm, but he won't stop talking about like the teeth, the eyes, like everything involved in this. He was out fishing late at night, and she recognizes just like all of the features he described in this thing, and just gets a knot in her stomach. Just eerily, like quiet. Ooh.
Aeolus, tell me, how do you know what a plesiosaurus is?
Aeolus has had a nightmare-like memory come to him while he slept. A vision of the past, perhaps. When he was on the boat with some friends, and this creature attacked and plucked several people off of the boat. The boat was greatly damaged. They struggled their way to shore. And one of the party just wouldn't stop babbling about the teeth, about the eyes. And that one member of the party ran home to tell his wife.
I love that so much. Excellent. There's this moment where Emmeline and Aeolus, the two of you lock eyes as you both have this sort of realization. And when you look at each other, you can tell that you both understand what this is.
Volskeg?
I'm gonna kill it.
I think if you want glory, be careful, don't fall in.
Oh.
But this is it. This, yeah.
I'm so ready.
Okay, I'm really glad that Kolskeg is ready because I want to say thank you to Adam for getting Kolskeg 4 nat 20s.
Wow.
No,
Adam
he's
wants
gonna
to
die.
make sure Kolskeg gets the glory.
Oh my god, that's incredible!
I don't think the rest of us
It's
have to participate. This can just be
doom.
Kolskeg's.
Thank you.
Kolskeg's killing it.
Yeah.
Like Kolskeg's just killing this.
Claim your
Aeolus,
destiny.
I'll just sit that one up. Yeah.
Aeolus, for some reason, when you see Kolskeg just getting amped up here, you just know somehow that Kolskeg is destined to be the end of something great. And with these sort of inklings that you get somehow, sometimes you're not really sure about the exact details. Sometimes these sort of prophetic vibes that you get, they can be a little misleading. And just because now, in this moment, you feel like Kolskeg is going to absolutely demolish something, that doesn't inherently mean that is going to be specifically this creature. But you just know, for some reason, some voice in the back of your head tells you that Kolskeg is going to be a being of absolute destruction.
Do I kill it now?
Kolskeg, roll me a d6.
Not a problem.
Is it out of the water?
1.
yet?
No, it's under the water.
1.
Okay, with a 1. My favorite thing is when there's like event tables to make the players roll, because then it's not my fault.
I'm so
it works.
ready.
It works.
In this moment, Aeolus, as you have this feeling in your gut, all of a sudden, the dark shape emerges and it pushes out of the water and immediately dives back in. There's this moment where you see its fins arcing through the air and it splashes water onto both ships. Splashes water all over all 6 of you.
I'm gonna flinch at the water being put on us.
This only makes Kolskeg.
Oh,
This only makes Kolskeg more excited.
I'm gonna try and like get as much water off me as possible and knock an arrow into my bow.
Okay.
As soon as Emmy gets as much water off as possible, Clay's gonna shake himself like a dog and get them soaked again immediately.
It's so unpleasant. You can see that
Quick.
the shape immediately begins to retreat into the water. Lyrinus, roll me a d6.
No. Oh no.
So to roll on roll 20, do slash roll 1d6. So like this, except without a period.
no.
A 2. Okay.
No.
Okay. The boat that Emmeline, Kolskeg, and Clay are in, all of a sudden, the plesiosaurus rams the bottom of your boat. 3 dice 6 plus 4. Okay. The boat takes 10 bludgeoning damage. I need all 3 of you to roll me dexterity saving throws.
Would this be an effect I could see?
No, because it's underneath.
Okay.
That's 16 from Emmeline. A 6 from Kolskeg.
The water I go.
And a
Give me
10.
1 second.
Okay.
I get to use a ability for this. I get to use Lucky Footwork.
Okay. Lucky footwork. Hair and
So I
gone.
have 4 natural 20s, right?
All
You
right,
have
so that'll be
5.
13. Then.
Oh, 5.
Yeah.
Oh.
You could use it.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and spin one of those, turn it into a 20. That way I'm not going in the dip. So
Okay, well,
is
you
it
have-
too late? That's fine if it is.
no, it's fine. In my games, like, I prefer to tell the story you want to tell. So I don't think there's any such thing as too late. But I will say that you... Yeah, okay. Yeah, you should use the nat 20. Okay. So what happens here, Clay, you...
With 13.
With a 13, you fall... No, you manage... You're about to fall and you catch yourself. Emmeline, you're fine. And Kolskeg, you're like... lower center of gravity, you don't even feel a budge here. You do see that some of the fishing poles that are in the boat get knocked out and then they fall into the lake.
I think Clay hits the edge of the boat like chest first, almost tipping out, but
Clay, roll me a d6.
Oh no.
1.
1. Okay. Another breach. You see the long, slender body come up and it splashes water all over all 6 of you.
As Clay like rams to the edge, can I like grab a hold of Clay and make sure he doesn't fall?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I think because you reach for Clay, you don't really have an attack of opportunity here, but Lyrinus, you are on the other boat, and you have a crossbow in your hand. If you want to, you can try to take a shot at it.
Yes, please.
Okay. Roll me an attack.
One shot it and get Kolskeg real mad.
That is a 3. Unfortunately, you try to take aim with your bolt, and it just flies way too far off to the side, and you miss. And then the body slinks back down. Zombie, can you roll me a d6?
Ooh. A full 6.
Okay. A moment of silence comes over. The water stills, and the boats stop rocking. And nothing's gonna happen for some time, so you can roleplay.
Did it run
Jesus.
away?
No, it's below the water, so can't really get to it.
Does
How on
anybody
earth
see
are you
it?
not falling over? I'm
Just
gonna
so
like
excited.
lean over the edge of the boat, rather stupidly. I'm gonna lean over the edge of the boat and like have a look for it.
No. Get back. It'll snatch you.
Hmm.
This is quite agile for a sea monster of its size.
Seems to be, yes.
Yeah. Crap. Is it?
And I take this moment. From my belt, I bring out my holy symbol, which is a golden skeleton's arm holding a balance, the scales of judgment. And I hold it out in front of me, and I point it towards the other boat. I point it towards Emmeline in Kolskeg, and I say, "Claim your destiny," as I use a class feature called Emboldening Bond. And what this does, I can choose up to 2 characters, and for a period of 10 minutes, we have an empowering bond amongst us, people who are at peace with one another. As an action, I choose the number of willing creatures within 30 feet, equal to my proficiency bonus. I create a magical bond among them for 10 minutes, or until I use a feature again. In the creatures, as long as they stay within 30 feet of each other, they roll a die 4 and add the number rolled to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw. And they can do it no more than once per turn. So basically, it's in some ways it's like a bless and also like guidance. They get a die 4 for an attack, ability check, or saving throw every turn.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's good.
Okay,
Emboldening Bond.
very cool.
Nice.
All right. Melly, roll me a d6.
Oh boy. Three.
A 3. Okay. All of a sudden, a large boxy head erupts out from underneath the water, 10 feet away from the boat that Learnus, Aeolus, and Bam are in. And it suddenly swoops down and takes a bite out of your boat. It takes 18 piercing damage. You see an almost identical bite being taken out of it. And now both of the boats have bite marks in them.
Hmm.
Do we get any opportunity attacks there? Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna take one.
All right.
Yeah.
Roll to attack.
Oh.
So that means Kolskeg and Clay, you cannot make melee attacks, but anybody that wants to make an attack here can do so if it's ranged if you're on the other boat.
Yeah, it's well within range. Yeah.
The boats are like, I would say probably like 15 feet away from each other.
19?
Oh yeah. I have my
Hit.
axe out. I can't make a ranged attack.
Mm-hmm.
Hood.
Armor class is 13.
So it hits.
Yep, go ahead and roll damage.
5 damage.
Okay.
The boats were only 5 feet closer. I could jump between them whenever I wanted.
So do other people get also to attack?
Yes. So
Learnus, Bam.
Aeolus, Lyranus, and Bam, you can make any kind of attack here.
Okay.
Yeah, Kolskeg cannot make a melee attack. Clay cannot make a melee attack.
I will take a melee attack with my long sword.
Okay. Roll to attack. All right. A 16 hits. Are you doing this with one hand or two hands?
One-handed.
Okay. You do 11 damage here. Very nice. And Bam, is there anything that you wanted to do?
You know what? Yeah. So it comes up on the surface, right? And this gives me the opportunity I can attack it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'll just go ahead, and Bam will just use Toll of the Dead.
Ooh, okay. I think it needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. It saves. So tell me what it looks like as you cast this spell, but unfortunately it doesn't work.
He'll see the attack, and he'll see everyone else sort of go, and just before it enters back into the water, he will he'll yell at he will yell at the creature and say, "I have bells for you, sir!" And he'll like throw up his hands, and he'll do the whole big toll and yell. But I think what happens is he does it a little too late, so he waited for everyone else to do an attack, and so it got into the water before the effect really could hit. Like you could probably hear like a very muffled in the water like bell noise, but it didn't do any effect because it was just too late.
Gotcha. Love it. Okay. As the creature is swerving back down into the water, I need a perception check, a hearing perception check from everybody. It's a 17 from Aeolus, 7 from Bam, 15 from Clay, 13
30,
from...
20.
Oh, nice. 30-20 from Kolskeg, a 13 from Emmeline, and a 14 from Lyranus. Okay. This is so funny.
Uh-oh.
Kolskeg is the only one to hear this.
I'm so excited.
Kolskeg. You could swear you heard the creature say, "Pain," before it submerged underneath the water.
You're gonna feel pain, alright. Oh.
Oh no.
Haunting.
Lyranus thinking that Kolsteg is talking to themselves just sort of gives them a look like...
No, it said that, not me. It said that, not me. It talks.
It spoke? What?
It
Yeah, it
said you're
talks.
gonna feel
It said-
pain?
It said pain, and I said, yeah, you're gonna feel pain, alright? And that's what's gone on, see? I'm not crazy.
Stranger, but...
I understood that.
Everyone
As-
just stares at Kolskeg for a bit.
As
What?
Bam shouts out, "I understood that," there's a quiet moment. And then about 30 feet away from the boat, you see just the top of the head crest up out of the water. And the creature looks at you, Bam.
Do I feel it? Like, is it looking at me in front of me or behind me?
In front of you.
In front of me? Well, hello there, friend! And he'll go ahead and,
Hello,
Take it
friend.
closer.
Murder.
Tell it to get closer.
do I have that equipped? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and,
Full draw.
well, how do I, With Magic Missile, does it just, like, things randomly appear? Because I wanted to do
You
that.
can flavor
but-
it however you want. So the way that Magic Missile works is it will hit no matter what, right? So you can flavor it to, if you wanted to make it look like sandwiches, you can make it look like sandwiches, you know. It could look like
Well,
anything.
I love sandwiches.
I was gonna say wood, but
Looks
then
like mini coal skegs.
if my brain, I don't know why my brain went chaotic in the thought of let's just break pieces of boat off and throw at it. But I'm gonna take the ice that's all around all these icebergs, and I'm gonna bring them up, and I'm gonna shape them into like little missiles, little like daggers, and throw them at the creature.
Okay. So you say you call it a friend and then you attack it. Okay. Roll magic missile. So I believe you make 3 attacks.
Actually, they automatically hit. They
Yep.
do damage.
Yep. They automatically hit. It takes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 force damage. Okay, that's... Okay. So the ice that you lift up slams into the creature and it roars in pain. And it says, "You are no friend." And it disappears into the water.
I told you it talks.
Wait. That sounded like maybe we could be friends.
Nope.
I don't think so, Clay.
Not anymore.
Should we
Even
try
it-
talking?
Here,
No.
even if we attempted to be friends with this thing, it would have bit us. Look what it did over to that boat. Look what it's done to this boat too. It doesn't want to be our friend.
Clay's gonna like lean out on the boat and just call out, "Sir, ma'am, excuse me. If you didn't mean no harm, we're sorry."
I'm not.
He's not, but he doesn't speak for all of us.
The creature did attack first.
Yes.
This is clearly a case of preemptive self-defense.
I like how this man thinks. Yes,
I
it
agree.
is.
For the first time, we agree.
You
I
see
find myself oddly agreeing.
the head slowly emerge on the far side of the boat that Clay is in. And it looks warily over at Kolskeg. And it lifts up its head and begins to talk. And it says, "I don't want to be a stupid beast again."
Well, I could help that.
It sinks down and it disappears. You see the dark
No.
shape is gone.
Is that a cursed person? What does that mean?
Well, it means that it wants to die. So,
Excuse me, I promise, as long as you talk to us, we won't hurt you anymore.
When
I don't.
after Laernus heard the monster say, "I don't want to be a stupid beast again," they noticeably will kind of, their posture will change, usually upright and, confident. They'll kind of slump over and just kind of seem to have their eyes glassed over and be in sort of a pensive state, not really hearing what anyone else is saying at the moment.
I think Aeolus and Bam, you're closest to Lyranus, so you can see this shift in demeanor.
Yeah, I don't think we should attack anymore. Bam.
It does seem like our friend here is trying to do some kind of possible communication thinking. I don't know, but yes. I'm a little bit more hesitant in that.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Why would they say that?
I
They
don't know.
want to be a
That's-
monster again.
Right. I feel a little bad now. Maybe it wasn't.
I mean, again.
I don't.
I know you don't.
Clay, as you're like trying to call down to it, roll me a persuasion check here.
I want to use my nat 20.
Okay, very good. What do you say?
Clay keeps calling out, looking out like all around, trying to get any glimpse of it, and he says, my name's Clay, and I really like helping people. If there's any way I can help you, let me know."
Okay. After a moment, the head of this plesiosaurus emerges again. And the eye looks to you, Clay, and blinks slowly. I used to just swim around the lake and eat fish.
Did you eat people too?
No.
What happened?
Did the fishermen try to catch you?
I don't know. I just want to eat fish. The human who gave me this gift claimed to serve the Frostmaiden.
Well, see, she serves the bad guys.
What
Hold
gift?
on.
No,
They
The
said
gift is
I must do my part to help the Frostmaiden, who wants the people of Bremen to suffer.
you say they want us to suffer?
The Frostmaiden does.
Can I roll a history or insight check about any of this? 'Cause I
Uh,
feel like Bam
yeah.
would kind of know stuff about in research and stuff. But which one should I roll? Should I roll history or insight?
So insight is more of like a gut check, a vibe check, if you want to like try to see if the creature's lying or there's any deceit or like some kind of like in between the lines thing.
The undertones of a character, like if they're hostile or not, if they're telling you the truth.
Yeah,
Okay.
so a history would be like trying to remember something that you've studied.
Okay, then I think
just
it'd be
depends.
history then.
Okay.
Ooh.
23. Okay. You know that you know a lot about the Frostmaiden, that they are a god of winter, and that the reason that the Frostmaiden is doing the things that she does is wildly different depending on who you ask. People assume that the Frostmaiden just wants people to suffer. I mean, what other reason could there be? A perpetual winter where everything is frozen here. It's starting to affect the wildlife. It's starting to affect the flora, the plants. It's literally killing this land and the people that live in it. And everyone is suffering. And it must be either something really complicated or something very selfish.
So could I then ascertain from that the way that they're talking, I can understand that, okay, the Frostmaiden did this as a form of either punishment or just making this person be miserable by turning them into this creature with the false premise of, oh, you're doing us a great service.
So what
Can
you
I get all that?
understand here is, especially with what it said that a human who is serving the Frostmaiden gave them a gift.
Yeah.
And if they want to keep this gift, they have to make people suffer.
Yes, Kolskeg.
It was the person who did this to you was the name Sophisticated Cantrips.
No, their
who's that?
name was Ravishin. Ravisin.
Ravishin? That's a descriptive term, not a name.
Ravishin.
Have they come back since? Are they from around here?
I don't know where she is or where she came from. My
you
instructions were to cause fear.
Do you even want this gift?
I don't want to be a stupid beast again.
So it was smarts it gave you.
What if
Speech.
we made a trade deal?
I am afraid that my gift will be taken away if I disobey.
Okay. Okay.
Is
What if we only take one of your teeth, and then we tell everyone else that you're dead, and you can just go and eat fish and do whatever you'd like?
And we can go find this person and see if there's a way for you to keep the gift without suffering.
So let me get an Arcana check from Aeolus and Bam.
And really quickly.
So Aeolus says to Kolskeg, no. That's a thinking, feeling creature. You're gonna take its teeth? That's
Absolutely.
like taking your arm.
But in your mouth.
So,
Why?
Kolskeg has done that.
Leoners,
I've
you were going to say
literally
something?
taken people's arms.
Yes. So, if Bam and Aeolus were close enough to see, they may, when the beast said, "I don't want to be a stupid," when the monster said, "I don't want to be a stupid beast again," if they were sort of close enough to see, they might have seen like a glimmer sort of shine from like their arm very quickly and then go away.
Clay is gonna walk over to Kolskeg and grab his hand with both of Clay's hands. Just say, "Please, Coley, we gotta help them. They're in trouble."
So that was a 21 Arcana from Bam. Aeolus, roll me Arcana. Please, Momo, don't step on any buttons. Get out of here. No, get out.
Uh-oh. Momo
real
stepped on
BBD.
the double
we
sea
love
serpent
Momo.
one.
Okay. Bam. You are studied in the arcane arts enough to know that this must have been an awakening spell, and you know it's permanent. So any implication of it being taken away, it wouldn't be easy.
I'm afraid to say that this gift you were given, an awakening of sorts, it's rather permanent. There might be a way to fix it, but I'm not sure. That would be above my...
want to fix it? I want to keep it.
They were scared they were gonna be taken away, that they weren't gonna be smart no more.
Oh. Okay, so you want to keep this. Okay, I misunderstood.
That is why I must strike fear.
Yes, you're very scary. Didn't you say it was permanent, Bam? I'm yelling over to the other.
Yes!
Yep.
Permanent!
Permanent.
What is it? Then you have nothing to fear, and you should leave us alone.
Emmeline, roll me a persuasion check.
Permanent.
I can add my D4 to it as well.
I do want one of its teeth, though.
Let's go. No, can I have my nat 20?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, my nat 20.
You see the creature tilts its head and it thinks. So, I shall remain like this, even if I leave the fisher folk alone.
Yes, and we can see to it this human who clearly just wants everyone to suffer. We can see to it that they don't change you back. Just leave people alone. Just eat the fish, okay?
That is
You've
all
been in this lake long enough.
I want. The eyes flick over to Kolskeg.
Do you have like an old tooth laying around?
Do you have shed?
I could just... Yeah, too.
You see the creature leans its head down towards Clay, and Clay, this creature is massive. I think it's like literally like 60% of your height.
Clay is in full trust mode, so he is not afraid at all.
Aeolus?
Yeah, I keep, from the corner of my eye, something's happening with Learnus. And I keep looking back. What's going on with Learnus? Something, I think, shiny?
Do you say anything?
I look. What do I see?
No, the second time, it's not happening anymore. So the second time the monster, I don't want to be a stupid beast again. Whichever side is facing you, like underneath their chainmail, you'll have seen something like glimmer very quickly and then immediately fade away.
Something magic, some magical effect.
I'm not saying.
Okay, I guess
Say.
that. Okay, got
Oh,
it.
you said. Okay, yeah.
The creature opens its mouth, and this most rancid, foul, fishy smell washes over you, Clay. Roll me a medicine check as you observe teeth. That's a 7.
I'm gonna use my blessing.
Okay, roll again.
Yeah.
That's not
Oof.
one.
Oh no.
Can I give them another blessing?
No, so Clay, as you look at the teeth, you've never seen plesiosaurus teeth before. You don't know.
Clay just
Pick one
looks
and I'll
over
just rip
at
it out.
Emmy. Help!
Pick one and I'll
Jeez,
pull it out.
what?
No big deal.
What on earth? Oh,
The whole time
I'm gonna go forward.
he's rubbing, he's like petting the snout of the plesiosaur.
I'm
Plesiosaur.
just gonna like go in. Quiet. I'm just gonna like go in, and I'm gonna try and I guess am I harvesting one of these teeth? I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, if you want to like take one out, you can roll survival. If you want to see if like one of them's like rotting or something, roll medicine.
Can I just take one out?
Yeah, yeah, roll a survival check.
Can I have Kolskag help me with like raw strength here?
Yes, so roll at advantage if Kolskeg helps.
absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kolskag's
The creature is consenting
so happy
here.
for this. Okay, cool. I also have my D4. Right?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That one looks
That's a
bad.
nat 20.
Wow, okay, yeah.
That's a nat 20, and
Quick.
then I can also add a D4. That was
What the
that was
hell?
2 nat 20s.
You didn't
Quick,
need to
strong,
roll.
painless pull.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. We got another card draw. Fishmonger, thank you for the
This
tip.
was such a powerful.
Thank you.
Oh my
so
god! I just got
This
double
card is for the plesiosaurus.
Oh,
Yay!
Oh, oh.
Oh,
Please be
that's
good,
a
please be good.
This is
That's
amazing. Okay,
I mean, that's
thank you
pretty
for
fitting
that.
from Fishmonger.
fishmonger
Thank you,
over here saving
Fishmonger.
the
Okay,
plesiosaurus.
so yeah, you just pick a tooth and you pull it out. It happens to be like perfectly rotted, but like looks cool still, right? So it comes out pretty easily, and the creature doesn't seem to suffer any pain from this. There's a as the head
I'm gonna-
Hand
leans
it to
back.
Kolskag.
I'm gonna put this on my axe.
There you go, I guess. Put that up there with the worst thing I've ever smelled.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have one more question for you.
Yes.
Do you have a name?
No.
Can I give you one?
Yes.
I'm gonna call you Pearl.
Pearl. Ooh. This is so funny. So there's this moment as like the big boxy head begins to lower down into the water, but there's a moment where its big beady eye looks to you, Clay, and it looks deeply into your eyes. And there's this moment of hope, this moment of love and appreciation. The Plesiosaurus has drawn the Vizier card, so it gets to ask one question and it gets an answer. And the question that it asks is, what is a pearl? And then all of a sudden, somehow, the Plesiosaurus understands the concept of jewelry.
Ah!
Roll is.
See, now it gets to know how beautiful of a name it got.
Yeah, there's a moment of this great and deep appreciation as it looks to you, Clay, and it
A
says,
perfect card to draw.
"Yeah,
Right?
there's only one card left."
Don't say that.
I'm really glad I didn't draw that other card. It would be very sad. So the creature says, "Thank you. Pearl is my name. I promise to no longer threaten the people of Bremen."
And now, after a time, Laernus is somewhat back to their senses and sort of looks the Plesiosaurus in the eye and says, "Don't ever think of yourself as a stupid beast."
It looks to you with deep appreciation, and there is a mournful sound that carries over the water as it dips its head in great respect to you. "I will remember each and every one of you," it says, with an arrow sticking out of its neck. Right? You hit it?
Oops. Yep. Yep.
I got a tooth. Look.
Feeling very bad about that.
And it begins to sink under the water, and it disappears.
As it disappears, Clay grabs onto the edge of the boat, leans out, and starts wildly waving goodbye and yelling, "Don't be a stranger. If you ever need help, be sure to ask."
I've got a tooth.
Yes, Kolskeg, you have a tooth.
Should I wear it as a necklace or an earring, or do I put it on my axe? Or
How big is this tooth?
Yeah,
It's pretty long. I'd say you'd be able to make like a dagger out of it.
could I use it on the blade of my axe?
Just tape it to the
I mean, you'd need to find some way to work metal there, I guess.
We'll figure it out. It's a work in progress.
Sounds like you need a blacksmith.
What?
Good luck finding one of those around these parts.
I figured as much, but
We did a good deed.
The cold
We did.
begins to creep in as silence and stillness comes over the lake.
We should get out of the water.
I agree.
Get somewhere warm.
Yes.
Just very quickly.
Said you would want a dagger tooth? A tooth girl?
Kolskeg, you wanted the tooth, you put it in your backpack.
Okay. Kind of puts it on his belt.
Emily just starts rowing back towards the shoreline.
Okay.
You want me to row, friend? I know you rowed this whole way.
We can do it together.
Okay.
All right. The group returns to Bremen. As you dock, you find Blueberry and Marble are there. You find the dwarven man that hired you. Grinsk stomps back over and says, "Did you defeat the beast?"
Yeah, we killed it. I got a tooth.
Ah, very good.
We did, but why did you try to get new folks to go and do just dirty work?
Well, I knew that you looked capable. It's fine. It's paying work. And he tosses over two very small pouches over at Aeolus and Bam, and there's 5 copper in each of them.
Me?
Didn't y'all say you were gonna get food out of this?
Yep, a whole bunch of fish.
Yeah.
He puts his hands on his hips and he says, "Look at my boat. It's got a bite in it. This one may have already had the bite, but this one's got one to match."
It was a
Okay.
tough fight.
Kolskig smiles, kind of like this dark, excited smile. And he's like, I think you should pay my friends some more. Really think that would be in your best interests.
Is that an intimidation?
Is he still holding the tooth?
Yeah.
Roll intimidation at advantage.
Sure. Absolutely. That would be an 11.
Okay. I rolled a 10. He begins to deflate a little bit. You know what? I do happen to have a small crate of fish over at the provisioner. You can say that Grinsk sent you. You just take it off of them.
That's really, really kind of you, and it's a good thing that you rethought your positions.
Yeah.
We're glad we accept.
I feel like we've all learned valuable lessons here today.
He begins to step away.
I lean over to Grinsk and I rather calmly say, "And if they give us any trouble when we go over there, I'm coming straight back here."
With me.
Yes, with Kolskeg in tow.
He stumbles away, and you see him heading in the direction of one of the pubs.
Expected nothing less. I'm drunkard.
He should go
Right.
home and rethink his life.
I think he's going to the pub and rethinking his ability to think. So
Okay.
Clay wanders over to Kolskeg. And then he gives him a big hug from the side.
And just like grab onto my leg.
Yeah. And he just says, Coley, thank you for not killing him.
Kolskeg just kind of reaches down and pats you on the head.
You bop his little pot helmet a bit.
Oh, yeah. I guess it's okay.
And Larinus will look over at Kolsky and say, "Well, you do have the tooth. What are you going to do with it?"
I don't know. It's cool though, isn't it? Look.
Yes.
And it's like a rotten tooth, right? Like
Yeah.
This is it is. It smells horrible. Smells like victory. See?
Yeah, and having been out, in space, Larinus will have not sensed the smell before, and then just recoil back, having experienced it for the first time.
You could always clean it out and use it as a cup.
Oh, that would be so cool.
As the scene begins to draw to a close, is there anything anyone wants to do?
is there any are there any like dead bushes and stuff nearby with like berry bushes?
I would say not here.
Okay.
Yeah. As the group searches a place where they can get warm and maybe put something hot in their belly, you make your way back over to one of the taverns. And in this final scene, as everyone begins to speak about what just happened, and you're enjoying some food, getting some food for your new animal companions as well, I think that is a perfect time and place to end our session for tonight. However, I will leave you with a few things. Emmeline,
Yes.
you drew the comet card.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
If you single-handedly defeat the next monster or encounter, you level up. And I would consider you diffusing the situation to be applicable. So you
Hey.
level up.
Yay,
Hell yeah.
level!
Take that right now.
Go, Emmy, go.
And then
Level 3 is so good for Ranger.
where is that card? Okay. And then Kolskeg, I have an important question.
Okay.
When you're in the pub, we'll say that it's a different pub and there's an audience.
All right.
Do you do anything with the tooth?
Cole Skegg is not a very intelligent man. He would absolutely be saying that he killed a massive sea monster and that this is the tooth to prove it.
Okay. You had
And it
drawn
would be
the
like
throat.
in his fist.
As you show it off and you talk up a big game about this, we'll see what happens with this particular thread as the camera fades to black and it follows various merchants in different taverns over the course of the next few weeks, telling the tale of a pale man who was white as snow, who smelled of death, who felled large creature deep, deep down in Mare Dualdan. We'll just have to wait and see what comes of that.
I killed the monster.
Yeah, and now everyone knows about it.
Perfect.
Very good. That will be it for tonight. We do still have a ton of cards that haven't been played. They will carry over into the next session. I strongly believe in not like just randomly throwing them out. I like to make them impactful. And also there are a few fun ways that since they're carrying over, I can figure out how to incorporate them with a certain person on the cast.
Oh, Stella,
What?
there was one more last-minute donation.
Oh no! I see that now. Zombie, congratulations, you get the
What?
very last card.
God damn it, B!
It's a very bad card.
God damn it, B!
I was about to say maybe it's good, but
Nope.
Nope.
I heard earlier, thank God it didn't draw that
I
one.
Yup.
knew it.
I knew someone was gonna. God damn it!
Landmine was just left sitting there. I had to use it.
Thank you
But
so
why
much.
me?
And a
Sabotage,
stray
yeah.
bullet just flies through the wall and it's bam.
No.
All right,
You're welcome.
we're gonna wrap things up here for the night. So please tell me who you are, where we can find you, and what your favorite part of tonight's episode was. And we'll start off with Melly.
I'm MellyVT. You can find me at twitch.tv/MellyVT. You can find me on Twitter at Amelia Ikeda. That's Ikeda. I absolutely loved. Oh, am I quiet again? Yeah, I'm quiet again. I absolutely loved this entire thing, but like Marble is by far my favorite character. So yeah, yeah, I absolutely love this. I'm really, really glad to be here, and thank you, Stella.
Thank you. We'll hop on over to Schroeder.
hi everyone, I'm Schroeder. I'm on the Bird app and the Bee app at Schroeder0083. My favorite thing about this evening was probably just the absolute excitement Kolskeg has for everything. My heart is beating faster than I imagine Clay's does. So this is a new experience for me, but I am so happy to be here.
Oh, thank you. Did you have fun? Are you looking
did.
forward to continue? Do you?
I am.
I thank you so much for joining us and playing with us. It's definitely an honor to have someone like have one of their first TTRPG experiences with
Yes.
us at a table.
I'm
And
happy to be
yeah, thank you so much.
of course.
We'll hop over to GeekDice.
Yeah, I'm GeekDice. I exist only here on Wednesdays. And my favorite part is more of the same. I enjoy being part of that experience of people being new to this game. And, there's been a lot of people saying a lot of things recently about the company, but this game is our game. This game always has been the people's game. This is what we make out of it. And it's a great experience. It's great to share that, whether you're teaching it or just enjoying it. It's great to do it with people, and I'm glad now I get to play with more people that I didn't get to play with before. So that's my favorite part of this. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And next we've got Apollyon.
Hi everyone, I'm Kolskeg. I'm also Apollyon. I obviously play Kolskeg, the excitable barbarian. I am really happy to be here. You can find me. Really, I'm not that much on Twitter, but my Twitter handle is linked here. I am here on Wednesday nights playing with all of these wonderful people. In addition, I am, as Stella is, a DM, and I'm just excited to be able to actually be a player. By far, my favorite experience tonight was just kind of like the group beginning to come together and do things, which is great fun. It's always fun to be in the first steps of an adventure and see the change to the end.
I think this was a pretty powerful start. I can easily see some interesting dynamics coming up because there are multiple layers to this yet to be revealed, and it's gonna be very exciting. Thank you
Couldn't
so
agree more.
much. We'll hop on over to Vertigo.
Hello, I'm Vertigo. I'm a variety streamer over on Twitch. I play basically whatever games I tend to feel like at the time, so you want to pop in, maybe see a game you haven't seen before, and check out a little snippet of it, feel free to join in. On Thursdays right now, with my friend Baggy, I'm basically just forcing him to play all of the classic games that he missed. Like right now, we're going through Halo co-op games, so be sure to come check that out.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And then we'll hop over to Zombie.
Hello, I'm Jacob. I'm Zombie IMZ. I'm over with 2 names yet to call me. I am the lore keeper and Captain Z of the Good Ship Clip. I probably do too many clips, but that's up to your own discretion. You can find me on Twitter at ZombieFighter89. If you go to that little Twitter over there, there's in the pinned tweet, there is a business card made by the wonderful Lady May. I do audio clips, video clips, and Twitch, or I do video editing, audio editing, and Twitch clips. Yeah. If you feel like if you need that kind of help or would like to hire someone, I'm open. My email is in there, and you can give me a ring. I don't do much on my Twitch, although I do plan maybe at some point hopping back in and beating Kirby, because I didn't actually play the rest of Forgotten Lands yet. Because I really wanted. I started it on stream. I want to finish it on stream. So one of these days, I'm gonna jump in and actually play it again, but I don't know when that will be. Favorite part from today has to be all of the pets that we made today. I love all of the pets that we have made, and then it's just kind of nice that we're starting to accrue already, just these like little memorable pals. I think that's kind of nice, and then the whole situation with the sea creature where we basically befriended it at the end. I like that, because you never know when you'll need a friend. And then I'm also looking forward to the now 6 cards that are going to do so well for me.
Yep. It's
Thank you, V.
fantastic. Thank you so
Anytime,
much.
so happy.
Thank you.
Blood boy.
I really appreciate everyone who rated, everyone who contributed to the card draws being here. It really means a lot to me. And thank you again, of course, to all of our Patreons, especially Melly, Schroeder, GeekDice, Apollyon, V, Z. I really, really appreciate it. Because of all of y'all, we're able to do everything that we do on this channel. And thank you. My favorite part. Oh, I think
Ella never does this.
I'm trying to be more proactive about it. I will be honest, in the past, I've definitely purposefully avoided it because it's so
I
hard.
forgot to say what mine was.
Oh, what's your favorite part?
Yeah,
I really loved how much Clay got to expand his family.
Yeah, that was really
Aw.
cool. I liked
Yeah.
the lore and family. That's
It's
so
cute.
sweet. I think I really liked when just being able to see the personalities and the different dynamics as we split up the party and had people go on different tasks. I think it really helped make a strong introduction of the characters. And I'm really excited to see different combinations of people in these scenes moving forward. I'm very curious for us to learn more about Lyrinus's flashing arm. What does it mean? We'll just have to tune in next time. If it's revealed next time. We'll be back here on not the following Wednesday, but the Wednesday after, which is the 8th of February at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We hope you have a wonderful night, and we'll see you later. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.